And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Hi guys, welcome back to La Lucha is Real podcast. I'm your host Angel.
And I am Edith.
Did you see that? This is the first episode that I started.
Oh shit, for real, bro? We need to do this more often. We need ¿Cómo se dice, bro? No puedo hablar. No sé ni español, ni no sé ni inglés. Like, I don't know how to speak. I'm literally no sabo nada right now.
We've had to start this episode how many times because you can't spoke?
Like 5 times, bro. Like, I don't know what's wrong with my fucking tongue, bro.
She out here calling our podcast another day?
I hella am. One of my favorite podcasts, by the way. But damn, man. Like, I don't know. No sé qué me está pasando. And it's okay. Like, I haven't even drank.
No, you took 1 shot.
I mean, 1 shot. But what's 1 shot for the 1 shot, though? What? I'm fucking stupid right now, guys. Ay, Dios mío. No sé.
She's high on life right now.
I am high on life. I am actually really happy because if you guys don't know, I love Sarai, which is like she's really big on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
She reposted my story, so I'm like super like happy.
That's probably why you can't think straight.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of your outfit stories, right?
Yeah. It's this outfit.
Where do you get your outfit inspo? Because like I'm really digging this outfit.
Thanks. Actually anything. Like I go from like influencers. Like actually one of my favorite like outfit inspo influencers is I love Sarai, and then Pinterest and TikTok. Mm-hmm. I'm more like I've been really sorry, parezco disco rayado. Into like street style, like more street style, like unisex kind of style. Like,
mm-hmm.
Kind of get me, like I don't know.
Those are the vibes you got right now.
Yeah, those are the vibes I got right now. Like I like the cool girl aesthetic type thing.
Sorry guys, if you hear me cough from time to time, I'm a little sick, but I'm powering through.
Yeah, she's powering. She's a trooper, guys. Trooper.
See, I don't know where I get my style inspo. Sometimes I see, because I'm not one to scroll through Instagram or anything. I scroll through Pinterest. So maybe Pinterest.
Yeah,
I just feel like
big one.
I feel like I just go through, like, for example, I like to shop. A lot of my clothes are from like some of the same stores. Like I go to Torrid a lot.
Yeah. Like
online, or Fashion Nova, and Shein. I don't. Sometimes Forever 21, like, they're plus size. It's because at least for me, like, I feel like for a long time it was a little harder for me to shop for clothing. Yeah. Because of my
nobody carried
a lot, like, yeah, not a lot of stores carried plus size, and like for me it was a little harder, so I've kind of stuck to like the same like stores, and I would just go through their stuff, and then it was more of like, let's see what they got. Yeah. Let's see what they got. So
what do they got to offer?
What do they got to offer for my size?
But now you have like big stores like Fashion Nova that like they have a huge selection. Shein also has a huge selection.
They do.
Of clothing.
I feel like for a long time I was kind of nervous to shop from there because you know how sometimes la ropa viene reducida? Bro,
so tell me why. The couple times that I've like ordered from there, like I have some like, no, actually I have nothing. I bought some things and nunca me quedaron like how I wanted them to, so I literally had shopped there 2 times, never bought anything ever again. Yeah.
So where do you get most of your stuff then?
Most of my stuff I get it from Zara, ASOS, Abercrombie, Amazon, girl.
See, I haven't tried Amazon.
This is from Amazon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't tried Amazon. I've been a little nervous, I guess.
But I feel like Amazon is one of the easiest ones because they make it returning like super easy.
Really?
Too. Yeah. Not that I return shit, because yo soy esa persona que ordena algo, put it to the side, forget to return it.
Really?
Yeah. And then there goes my money. Bro, I have so many shoes. Like, I'm telling you, like, probably like around like $200, $300 worth of shoes that no me quedaron.
Stop! Mm-hmm. Is it too late to return them?
I mean, one of them was from Nordstrom. So I feel like they have a very flexible return policy, so maybe I can 4 years later return them. I don't fucking know. So yeah. I feel like my brain doesn't work sometimes. And we're
like
having
right
a
now?
fucking brain fart
Like
right now. I'm telling you, it's that one shot of Skinny Girl vodka.
Oh, so we're trying
tangerine or
Skinny Girl vodka. It's like tangerine flavor, which let me tell you, I feel like it's better than the margarita.
Oh, definitely.
Because that margarita had me all kinds of fucked up.
I was like, first of all,
and not in the
like
good
kombucha.
way.
Not a good kombucha. It was like a kombucha, but yeah, this one is a lot better.
I should have taken a few more.
Yeah, we should take another shot. Maybe later on.
Yeah,
we'll take another break. One. But yeah, can you believe that my birthday is gonna be in a couple months, bro?
That's crazy.
Crazy. I'm gonna be. Oh, Dios mío. I was having this discussion with my sister today. She's like, "Oh, well, you don't want to say your age," and I'm like, I'm not ashamed of my age. I mean, I'm just like in my mind, I feel like I'm still like 20.
22.
I was gonna say 20. So like it's weird to say that I'm literally gonna be 27.
I'm already 27.
Yeah.
You're making me feel old.
We're late 20s, bro. We're in our late 20s.
Oh, I don't like to think of it that way.
Our high school reunion is next year.
Oh, that's wild.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to go. Maybe for the cheese.
Other people with the cheeseman?
Maybe.
See what they're up to? I really don't care, but I don't know.
What, you don't care about people?
No, like I really don't care so much for the cheeseman, I guess.
Yes, you do.
Okay, maybe I fucking do. ¿Qué me estoy haciendo? Eddie, come on, get it together. But I don't know. Maybe I will go. ¿Quién sabe?
What are you thinking of doing for your birthday?
I have no idea. I was thinking of doing like a trip, but I did that last year. I did my first solo trip last year. And I don't know if I want to do another solo trip this year. I might just book it to New York. That's like one of my favorite cities, by the way. So,
my sister's going to New York.
Really? When?
She's going in April. She's taking Andre to a Yankees game.
Oh my god, yes! I've always wanted to go to a Yankees game.
So that's crazy.
Yeah.
I cannot believe, because she has been telling my nephew that she's gonna take him to New York or whatever. I don't know if I think my nephew went to Hawaii for his birthday. I don't know. He just went to Hawaii too with his dad's family or whatever. And then I just kept making it pensando. I'm like, God damn. I cannot believe my nephew is 14 years old. That's
crazy.
That's crazy.
I've known him since what? He was like tiny. He was like a little...
I think it was like 4. He was 4.
He was like so little and he would always want to be with us.
Yeah.
I remember.
I used to take him everywhere.
Yeah.
Girl, that's probably why I don't want to have kids. I blame you, Iris.
But let's talk about that. I feel like that too. I feel like I took care of my little sisters, like, because I have like 3 younger... Esta vez sí sé, guys. I have 3 younger sisters, not 4.
If you know, you know.
And I feel like because like especially for my two of them, I was always there for them, like that I kind of don't want to have kids anymore.
Were they that bad?
No, they weren't bad. It was
She's
just
exposing
like,
you guys.
Damn. I am hella exposing you guys, but no, they weren't bad. It was just like I don't know how to say it. Like I gasté toda mi energía like trying to like be there and being like second mom type thing that I just don't know if I really want to have kids.
Is that really why?
Damn. Let me just go ahead and get deep, bro. I don't know. Damn.
Now you're like, hold on, rethinking it,
bro.
I don't know. See, I just feel like and I keep telling people this, like I just think I'm way too selfish right now to have kids, because I'm in obviously like we're in our late 20s now. Yeah. And especially me now being married, like people keep asking me like what's
pressure.
Like the pressure has like definitely like, you know, been like it, especially after we got married, that's when the pressure like really started coming on.
Primero era cuándo se van a casar y ahora es cuándo van a tener hijos.
Yeah, like they want you to like people, I don't know, the pressure's there. Like my mom I think has only asked us once. But his parents really want grandkids, and then just like family and friends, I keep I'm like, oh, ¿y cuándo van a tener niños? Like especially after we got married, like people kept asking, and I keep telling people like I don't know if I want any, and like people keep trying to convince us like, well, like having kids is such a beautiful thing, and like I don't know if anybody else out there feels like that. Like, you know, you get to your late 20s and like or even like, you know, like it starts off slow where people are like, y el novio, y la novia, and they start asking you when you have a boyfriend girlfriend. Then once you have
my
a boyfriend
family gave
girlfriend,
up on me. I don't bring anybody to the family parties anymore. I'm just like, probably like, bring them once I'm engaged.
So, you know, they ask you like, where, y el novio y la novia, and then like after you have one, they're like, oh, ¿y cuándo se van a casar? And then after it's cuando se van a casar, it's, oh, ¿y cuándo van a tener niños? Like,
it's always like one more. Cuando tienes el primero, ¿cuándo es el segundo? ¿Cuándo es el tercero?
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
bro, I don't
think.
Yeah.
Not for me. I'm living my life. Like, I'm not living under somebody else's, how do you say, timeline? I'm not living under somebody else's timeline. It's mine. It's my life. It's whatever I want.
And I feel like sometimes people don't, I don't know if people don't believe me or what it is, but because I tell people like, I don't know if I want to have kids. And people are like, what? But having kids is so beautiful.
¿Cómo que no quieres tener niños? Like, that's what we basically were. I have my grandma actually told me that. It's like, oh, you know, you have to continue your legacy. You have to like, that's what women are here because she's more traditionalist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh? I wasn't just here just to bear kids and be a mom. That's like, I don't know.
My purpose in life is to not birth another human.
Yeah.
I feel like my purpose in this world is much greater than birthing another person. And like, yes, it's a huge responsibility, and I'm not trying to knock that from people who are parents. Like, yes, like it may be a beautiful thing, but I don't think that having kids is for everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not for everybody.
And like, I don't think that's every woman's purpose.
Yeah.
Is to like reproduce, and that's it. Like, I feel like we can do much greater things. Yeah, there's other things that we can contribute to this world with than just conceiving another or reproducing another kid or another person. And I feel like people don't get that, like, because people keep like, people are like, well, it's such a beautiful thing, and like,
and that's great. It is a beautiful thing for you, but like you said, not everybody wants to have kids, or not. It's not everybody's timeline. And I'm saying that just as right now, because I feel like mine could always change. I could always change. I might not have the same stance like in a couple years or whatever, but like
for right now, like,
for right now, good. I don't see kids in my timeline.
Yeah, me neither.
And that's completely okay, because I have other things that I want to do. It's like I feel como cuando no quieres tener niños, te hacen sentir como like, oh my God, like, what's your purpose then? Like, what are you going to do with life? Like,
or te dicen, I don't know if you've heard this before, but te dicen like, you don't know love until you have a kid.
Okay, yeah, that's another thing.
You don't know what love is until you have a kid.
And that
or my kid, like my kid completes me, or like my kid fulfills me, and like all these things. And like, I'm gonna look, there's a lot of people who have had kids, and then they're like, oh, my kid completes me, my kid fulfills me. And it's just like, a kid is not meant to complete you. A kid is not meant to fulfill you. It's like, shouldn't you want to be whole before you have a kid? I feel like, because if you're incomplete without a kid, how can you give them your 100%? Like, I feel like I carry so much baggage. Like, I've gone through so much shit in my life where it's like, if I were to have a kid, it's just like, I'm still working through my own shit. It's like, how am I expected to give my 100% to another human being? Like, I would rather be whole as a person than have a kid so that I can give them everything.
Yes.
I cannot give them everything if I'm incomplete.
Wow. I love that. I love how you put in that, like, you basically took the words out of my brain, because sometimes, like, right now I can't speak. So, yes, like, I love that, and it's so true. Like, I mean, damn. You left me speechless. I was like, damn.
I just feel like, because a lot of people, well, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get deep again. It's just that, like, and I feel like it's been heavy on my heart, because like, people have kept,
especially on you, because you're married.
I'm married, and it's like, I carry that, like, it's that pressure of like, when are you guys gonna have kids? Like, that's basic. Like, people keep thinking that that's the next step, but it's like, no, like, honestly, having a kid is furthest from the next step in my life. Like, there's so many plans that I have, so many goals, aspirations, like, dreams, like, so many things that I want to do. And it's like, having a kid, I'm not saying you can't do it while having a kid, but it's just,
your priorities shift.
And
it's not gonna, like, I feel like when you have a kid, the main priority is not you really at that point. It's more so your kid, and it's inevitable to make it that way because you're
literally... You gotta plan around a kid. Like, because you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go to a club. It's like, no, you have a kid at home.
Or like, I feel going on a vacation and just...
You gotta, like, work around it and, like, make sure that you can accommodate to take a kid. Or if you're gonna go out with friends or whatever, like, oh, I have to go get a babysitter. And if the babysitter can't pull through, who's your backup? You know, it's like, there's so many things. And, like, I'm too selfish right now. And it's fine. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm too selfish right now to not want to go through that. Yeah. I don't want to go through that. Like, I'm not afraid to admit that I don't want to go through the hassle of, oh my God, let me pack lunches. Let me fucking make sure the babysitter is on. You know, like, I don't want to go through that. Like, and I feel like people should stop pressuring others or asking them, so when are you guys gonna have kids? Because you don't know. What if physically, like medically, I can't have a kid. Oh my God, and you're just gonna make me feel like shit because I can't reproduce. Stop asking people if they're gonna have a kid or not.
Yes, I feel like you asking somebody if they want to have a kid is honestly none of your fucking business. And no matter who you, like, honestly who you are, because it's verdad. Sometimes you don't want to have a kid or whatever. But sometimes a lot of people, like, have medical issues that they can't conceive. And they've been trying and trying so hard. And for you to be like, oh, ¿cuándo vas a tener el niño? ¿Cuándo va a venir el niño? ¿Cuándo va a venir el bebé? Like, it's unnecessary pressure on them when they're already going through so much. So please, like, don't, that's definitely a question you should not be asking people. Because it's none of your business.
It really isn't. It really isn't. And I personally, I'm just not there. I don't.
I feel like you said, I'm right now very selfish with my time. First of all, I'm not with somebody. So, nobody that I really want to have kids. Nobody in the past that I've ever wanted to have kids with. Is just like not in the books. Like, I feel like right now I don't see kids in my future. That could change. Like I said, I'm not closed off to not having kids. It's just ahorita I'm very selfish with my time. I'm focusing on myself. I want to travel. I want to do so many things on my time before if a kid comes into mind. And if I end up having a kid, I want to make sure that it's with the right person. Exactly. Like I said in the previous episode, I want to make sure that the partner that I'm with, I'm okay my kid being exactly like them. Like, I'm okay being a reflection of them, because that's who's going to parent them, you know? And until I find that person, I'm not going to be having kids just because.
I just saw a video, and it said a kid cannot choose who their dad is, but you can choose who your husband is.
Yes.
Or your partner is.
I love that. And I'm going to try, I don't feel like you're ever ready to have a kid. But if I do end up having a kid, I want to be the most, I guess, prepared, or that I can be. Yeah. For that kid. I want to be the most whole that I could be, because I don't want to be needing things from my kids, you know? Like, I want to give them stuff. Exactly. I don't need anything from them.
Yeah, like when people say oh, my kids make me happy, like, because of them I was able to quit this, or I was able to grow up or become more mature, and like because of them this. And honestly, like, sometimes I don't know, have you seen the show Ginny and Georgia?
I've seen the first season. Don't tell me about the second season.
No, but just the mother-daughter dynamic. Yeah. Like, you could tell that, like, obviously Georgia worked her ass off for her daughter, right? Yeah. But like, she still had like maturing to do. She still had like certain things, and I feel like she might have burdened her daughter with like a lot of stuff. You know, like I've seen a lot of like mother kid, like, or not just mother, but like parent kid dynamics. Yeah. Where like they rely on their kid for a lot of things, and it's just like, you shouldn't burden your kids with like your own shit. Yeah. Like,
your kids rely on you, but like, you should not be relying on your kids.
Like your kid did not come into this world. Like, they did not choose to come into this world. Yeah. So then on top of them coming into this world, you burdening them with your own issues, like, it's a lot. And it's like, you might not see it like then and there, but like growing up, like, that kid might need therapy. Me? Because like a lot, especially like, I feel like a lot of our parents, like my mom for instance, right, out of the 9 kids, she's the eldest girl. So she's the eldest girl out of 9 kids, and she's the 4th oldest out of 9, right? Yeah. So she was mom number 2, and she was mom number 2, so tenía todo en orden. She was like, okay, like, she had to make sure that everybody got like homework done, or like this chore got done, or this got done, or cooking got, you know, like my mom like became mom number 2, and it's like, she shouldn't have been put in that position to begin with. And I get it, like she was doing it to help her mom, her dad, whatever the situation was. But it's just like she was never allowed a childhood. She was robbed of her childhood because she had to become mom number 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I don't blame my nana. I love my nana. She was a great woman. And like I feel like she was robbed of a childhood and she wasn't able to work through a lot of things. And like now seeing my mom as an adult, her having to like, you can see when people have like what do they call them? Like child, like their inner child comes out or whatever. Like they're in, like they have, like they have to work through their inner child stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that my mom, like sometimes I see it from time to time where I was like, oof. Like you see that stuff in your parents, and it's just like I don't know if my mom was like you said, nobody's ever really ready to be a parent, but like you should try to be as ready when you do have a kid.
You do decide.
And I'm not
especially nowadays. I feel like on this, it was like we lived in like it was very different where it was expected, like basically like. As a woman, no que tienes más que casarte y tener hijos. Especialmente, like, if you're from Mexico. Like, that was literally it. Casarte, tener hijos, ama de casa, take care of your kids, and that was basically life. But nowadays, we have the options to do other things. We have, like, options to
Times have changed.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And I'm not saying that, like, being a parent is all bad. So, don't come bashing me over here because it's always just because one person says they don't want to have kids and then everybody starts fucking trying to cancel them because all of a sudden being a mother, like, I'm not saying that being a mom is a bad thing.
No.
Like, I have so much respect for mothers because I know you. I have a single mom myself. My sister was a single mom for such a long time. I have so much respect for them. Not just single moms, but moms in general because it's a lot of work.
Yes.
And, like, I think seeing that, like, me... Okay, so my sister, like, had 2 jobs for a long time. And, like... she had to provide for her kid, and like I was a teenager and I basically had to take care of him for most of like growing up. I had to take care of him, so I had to take him everywhere with me. People thought he was my kid. I took him everywhere, and people would always ask if that was my son, and I like people like assumed he was my son, but I was like, no, that would have made me 13. But like I pretty much had to take care of him, and like I don't know, it's just I like looking back, it's like I don't regret taking care of my nephew, but like I feel like I was, and I'm not blaming my sister, and I'm not blaming anybody, but I feel like there was a lot of things that I kind of missed out on because I had to take care of my nephew. And like I'm taking that mentality as an adult, and I'm not saying you can't do things as a parent just because you're a parent you can't do things, but it was like there's certain things that you have to adjust. Yes. I'm not ready for the adjusting part of it. And it's like when people ask me like if I'm gonna have a kid or for why I don't want to have kids, and when I tell people I'm not closed off to having kids, like I might want to have a kid later on. Like I said, like I plan to not having to work and have like residual income, and obviously I'm gonna have more time on my hands if later on I decide I do want to have kids. You know, that's a later on issue, but for now I don't plan on having kids. And when I tell somebody that I don't want to have kids, I feel like people should respect that and leave it at that. Like don't try to fucking convince me.
Don't try to convince me to have kids.
Because you're not gonna convince me, okay? And it's funny because it's always the same people who are trying to convince me to have kids who always later on end up complaining about their kids all the time. Oh my god, my kid do this. My kid kept me up all night. They were throwing up. They shit the bed. They'll be like, oh my god,
what convincing are you doing right now, bro?
I can't even take a shit without my kid bothering me. They keep complaining about all these things that their kids being bad in school or this and that, and it's always the same people talking not shit about their kids, like, but you're not convincing me. You're reconfirming me not wanting to have kids. And it's always those people that are always talking like that about their kids that later on, but it's such a beautiful thing. You don't know what love is until you have a kid. And I'm just like,
I feel like you don't know what unconditional love is until you have a kid, because I feel like the only love that exists that's unconditional is between a parent to their kid. If they do have that love, if they have that special love. There's people that don't like that disregard, like, you know, but like the actual people that actually love their kids, I think that's the only type of unconditional love. I feel like every other love has conditions to it.
Actually, I know we had this conversation one time, and I was like, oh, I agree with that. And then I had this conversation with Val about unconditional love, and I asked him, like, do you think that there's such thing as unconditional love towards another, like a partner? And then he was like, I do. And I'm like, but don't you think, like, if someone is being, like, slacking off in one area, like, you're not gonna want to be with them? He's like, no, I think you can unconditionally love someone, doesn't mean you have to be with them. And I was like, you fucking right. Because let me tell you one thing, and I don't mean to put out my parents' business out there, but like, for example, like my mom and my dad have not been together since I was in kindergarten. And there's so much love between them. And I think, like, for example, like my mom, this was years ago, but she had told me that she still loves my dad, but I cannot be with him. I think you can unconditionally love somebody, but not be with them.
That's crazy. Like, it's just crazy to me to think that.
And I was like, oh shit, I didn't think of it that way. Because I know we had that conversation once. And I was like, oh, you're right. I don't think you can unconditionally love someone. Because, like, obviously, like, if Val decided that he wants to be a fucking not bring anything to the table type of guy, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to be with somebody who doesn't want to bring anything to the table, like, or if he wasn't ambitious or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like you can have unconditional love, but you just don't have to be with them.
I get your point. I get your point of view. I definitely do. I still think that the only unconditional love is between a mom and the kid. And the reason is because I feel like I get where you're saying and where you're coming from. But I feel like a conditional love means that no matter if you get hurt, no matter if that person does you wrong, no matter if that person does whatever fucking shit they do, you still love them no matter what.
I think I would still love Val.
See,
and I think that's why he's
maybe it's because I haven't experienced mom love either, but maybe because I haven't experienced that love. But I feel like if with a mom and a kid, it's like, and it's only the unconditional love is like one way, like the mom towards the kid doesn't owe you anything at the end of the day, let's be honest. But I feel like the kid could do so much things and do like literally sometimes even murder or fucking do the worst fucking shit ever. But the mom will always love that kid. Like the mom, like he could like do, or she could do whatever, and the mom would still have like that, if the obviously love, but that unconditional love for them. And I feel like for me, I don't envision that in any other relationship, because I feel like if that person, like let's say, does the same shit, that whatever, like I don't know.
And like we've had this conversation because like Val will be like, would you still love me if I told you that I killed people? He be giving me hypothetical questions all the time.
Like, would you still love him if he like killed one of your family members?
I would, but that doesn't mean I have to be with him.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I know he would never kill one of my family members.
Yeah, I know. Obviously.
Unless it was deserved.
Yeah.
Like, let's say a family member did something to me that called for it. Yeah. Which I do think there are certain things that call for it. Mm-hmm. But I think it's not an on and that's why I say Val is my soulmate, because it's not an on and off switch. My love for him is not contingent on anything. Like, he can go fucking get hooked on meth, doesn't mean I'm gonna fall out of love with him. Yeah. I'm not gonna fall out of love with him. It just means that like if he decided to go cheat on me, if he decided to go do all these things, it's gonna hurt me, but it's not gonna turn off my love for him.
No, it's not an on and off. Like, it's, but you don't think it'll ever fade. That's what I'm saying.
No. I've been with him for so long. I grew up with him. It's just like, I feel like my love for him is so deeply rooted. Like, I don't think I would ever stop loving him, even if he did me dirty or anything. And it's just like, it just doesn't, like I said, it doesn't mean I have to be with him.
Damn.
I can love somebody and not be with them. Like, I don't know if you have family members that you have love for, but you can't stand them.
No.
I do.
I'm like, no.
I have certain family members that I can say that, like, I love them because of this.
Yeah.
Because they're a family member, but, like, they annoy the shit out of me.
I mean, I get it that way, but I wouldn't... I don't know.
I'm not saying that my love for them is unconditional.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not saying my love for that person, like family member or whatever, is unconditional. But like, I'm telling you for like me and Val, like, I would say that like my love for him is not contingent on anything.
That's crazy. You see, like I said, I haven't experienced anything like that. I feel like I said, like in my eyes, or what I think is like the only unconditional love is like that, because I feel like, I don't know, I put myself in any other situation, and of course, unless I'm like in there, like I wouldn't completely know, but I don't know, like everything, like for me, any other love has kind of like its conditions of.
And I don't think the world is black and white. Yeah, so like maybe
it's definitely
like I feel like maybe not for everybody love can be unconditional or not, because like you said, maybe in like your world, it's like you think only mother love is unconditional. Yeah. But I don't think it's just
parent
like
love. Parent love.
You think
like parent, like the parents that actually love their kids.
But then again, it's like you can't say that it's like that for everybody.
No, it's not like that for everybody. It's exactly with mother love. It's like saying like the people who, like the parents who genuinely love their kids, not the ones that kind of like. Because some people are.
It's just like for me, I feel like the world is not black and white.
No,
definitely. The world is not black and white, so I can't say that something is the only thing. Yeah. And you know that there's no exceptions to the rule. Yeah, but like. Definitely. But I get where you're coming from, like the whole point.
And I get where you're coming from. Like, I see that. It's just I've never put in the position where it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, but I get it. I get it.
So, like, one thing that I also, one time I seen this one thing, it was like, you know what? I'm going to tell you, but like, after we take a brief break.
Sounds good.
We're going to come back right after a brief break.
All right. Give us just a second. And we're back. Yes. Okay. A ver, ¿en qué nos dejaste, Ángel? Dinos.
Girl. Brain fart. Okay. No, because we were talking about unconditional love and all this stuff, right? And you know how they say, like, the greatest unconditional love is, like, Jesus Christ, right? And this is if you have a faith. Not everybody has to have a faith. But you know how they say that, like, his love is so unconditional or whatever? So, I saw this one thing that said... Because the whole thing was, like... I'm having a brain fart.
Unconditional love, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Backtrack here. Okay. So, no, because it was saying how, like... The question was, like, can you love somebody and still cheat on them? Right? And then they're like...
Oh, yeah, I remember.
You know how a lot of people are like, no, if you cheat on someone, like, you obviously don't love that person, this and this and this and that, right? This, that, and the third. Okay, well, the person was like, I'm not defending cheating, but just like how you can love God and still... Just like you love God, but you still sin. Right?
Damn, yeah.
Like, you say you love God, right? But then you out here using curse words. Some people, obviously, having affairs. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of sins, right? And it's just like, it's like, we're human.
We make mistakes.
Not
mistakes. Yeah.
And I don't know where I was going with it. Damn. Because I had a brain fart. But I don't know why that really stuck out to me. I'm not saying go love cheaters. But what I'm saying is that, like, it's possible to still love somebody and, like, fuck up because we're human. And I don't know where I was going with it.
Well, we got deep. We got hella deep.
We did. We went from talking about your birthday to fashion. Fashion. No, it was like fashion, your birthday or birthday fashion, to being a mom, to unconditional love.
Yeah. Basically. Do you think that, like, if you ever, like, got cheated on right now, would you be able to forget?
Forgive?
Yeah, forgive and, like, continue the relationship? Or what do you think would happen?
I don't know. I feel like I'm the type of person that I had to be put into a situation
to really
because circumstances now could be different than circumstances then. Yeah. You know, like, he could then become neglectful of our relationship in a sense of like he stopped kissing me, he stopped doing this, he stopped doing that. You know, like, he can become, it could be like a series of different things. Like, the circumstances are totally different. But I don't know. I mean, like, if Val cheated on me, I can still love him, but that doesn't mean that I have to be with him.
Yeah.
But...
You just don't know until you're put in that situation.
Yeah. I don't know if I could forget...
Val, don't put her in this situation. I'll fuck you up. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. I don't know if I could say that I'll just forgive him. I might be able to forgive him one day. Because I'm one of those people that I feel like for so long, I held on to so many, like, grudges. That
I'm not that person. I can't hold on to grudges.
And I was like that for a long time.
It's a waste of energy.
It is. It really is, because it just brings you down. It's just like to carry that with you. And like one day I was just like, bro, it's too heavy. It's too heavy to like carry all this with you. And so I just let it go now. Like, I'm one of those people that obviously I don't forget. Like, I can forgive somebody for fucking up, but I'm not gonna forget about it. Like, I'm one of those people that it just stays in the back. I'm not holding on to a grudge, but like, it'll be in the back of my head, and it allows me to be, or it makes me be more cautious around people.
Definitely.
If that makes sense.
I agree. I completely agree, because I'm the same way. Like, I feel like whoever did, like, all the people that have done me wrong before in the past, like, it's completely forgiven. Like, and it's forgiven not for your sake, but for my sake, for my sanity, for my energy. Like,
for your peace of mind.
Yeah, for my peace of mind, because believe me, I'm not wasting no energy on people that don't deserve my energy. Exactly. You know? So it's forgiven, but at the same time, it's not forgotten. Like if that person comes back into my life or anything, or somehow, like, I act with, like how you said, it's cautious. Like, I act very cautious, or I have that still, like, tengo que andar con cuidado, and it even affects, like, future, like, people that I meet too, because it's like, oh shit, like, that happened, I want to make sure that doesn't happen again, or like stuff like that. But it's not like, oh, I have a grudge against this person because they did this to me.
Yeah, or like, oh, I still hate that person.
And I don't hate anybody. I could definitely fucking say that. Like, I have no hate for anybody, because I feel like hate is such a strong and negative energy that I don't bother with that. Definitely not.
I agree. I'm one of those people that I'm just like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, like when people, like, do me wrong, like you said, I'm cautious around those people, but like I know what you did.
Lo aprendes de él, ¿verdad?
You learn from it.
You learn from it, and then you either decide if you want to keep that person in your life, or if the damage was done and they shouldn't be in your life anymore. You decide from there. Like, we're all podemos pensar, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm also just a little bit competitive, in a sense of, like, let me explain.
Explain yourself, because I'm like, huh?
I'm a little competitive in a sense of, like, okay, like, let's say somebody did you wrong in the past, right?
Yeah.
And both of you are, like, angry at each other or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, years down the road or whatever, like you guys still carry on that anger or whatever, like, I feel like you're losing. Because, like, todavía te enfada that person did that to you. Like, I feel like I would feel like a loser. Yeah. And I'd be like, and if I become indifferent about a situation, I feel like I won.
You have,
because, like,
no power over
they have no power over me. They're not holding anything over my head. They're not holding any kind of power over me. So I feel like a winner because I'm indifferent about that situation.
I fucking love how you put it in terms of a competition, Angel. I fucking can't with you.
I'm just a little competitive, just a little bit, because I was just like, okay, you did me dirty then, and it's like, I'm not gonna let you win. Like, I'm gonna win.
I'm not gonna think of you, and you're forgiven because of that.
Yes, this is like, you're not gonna hold any kind of power over me. Yeah. It's like, and I don't want anybody to hold that kind of power over me. So it's just like, I'm indifferent about it. I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, obviously I know what you did, but I was like, you're not gonna stir any kind of emotion in me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's too draining. And it's like, life is too, trust me when I say life is too short
to be fucking, like, literally, like, on those kind of things and focus on those kind of things. Like,
yeah.
No. And I feel like the older that I've gotten, like, on age, I guess I've gotten wiser, you know? And, like,
Wise Edith.
Yes. I feel like I've learned a lot from past experiences and everything like that. And damn, I literally just blanked out. Literally. I feel like I've learned that my energy is very valuable, and I can't just waste it with whoever or whatever or anything like that. So I live like every day pretty purposefully. Like I'm purposefully.
Is that a word? Purposefully.
Is it a word?
Purposefully. It doesn't.
It doesn't sound like a word, but I made a word.
Okay, keep going.
Is it a word?
I don't
know.
Yamilet will tell us.
Yeah, Yamilet will tell me if it is. But I feel like I live my life like that, you know, like le pienso like a todo, like is if it's gonna make me happy, if it's worth my energy and everything like that. And believe me, like before I used to be so scared to like cut off people because I'm just like I'm so invested in it. Like
you don't want to feel like you wasted your time.
Yes, exactly. And little did I know that it was draining all my energy. Like my energy was not put into like the right thing, you know. And now I don't. Now it's if I know like in my intuition, because I'm very intuitive, if I feel in my gut that it's not the right thing, if it's not the right person, if it's like I'll cut it off and I'll keep on going.
Let me piggyback off of that. I love what you said that like sometimes you were afraid to cut people off because you're like, I'm too invested in this that like you're like, I don't want to feel like I gave up.
Yes.
Because you're like, I already put so much effort into it that you're like, I must follow through.
Time. Yeah.
But like I was thinking about this mentality like of because I was talking to someone one time whatever, and they had said like I've been working at this job for like so many years, like 30 something years, and I'm like holy shit, and I'm like, and do you like doing that job? And it's just like, and then they're like, well, it pays my bills, but they weren't like not passionate. You could just tell that they were not passionate about their life, and they're like, yeah, but I've already been doing it for so long, and it's just like it's too late to start over. And I'm just thinking like I'm trying to put this into perspective, right? And I forgot where I heard this, but it was just like, okay, let's say you're gonna take a road trip, right? Okay. You're in the car, you're on the freeway, right? And you're going, and you miss your exit, right? And then you're like, you kept going, and you're like, shit, I missed my exit back there. And instead of like having to turn around and like do all this to like get back to where your destination is, some people are like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep going because eventually I'm gonna come back around. Yeah. And it never come back around. It's just like it's just like now you wasted so much more time because it's like you didn't want to go through the inconvenience of having to go through like another exit, find your way back to that place. You know what I mean? And it's just like, no, it's okay. And like for example, like Vegas, right? The freeways are basically a circle. Yeah. So imagine like you missed your exit back there, and they're like, no, it's okay. I'll eventually like you're trying to get to the destination. You're like, eventually I'll get back to it. But then all the time you wasted going all the way around so you can go back to that exit instead of having to go through all the little streets and all this and that, like all these obstacles to get to where your destination is. It's like you cannot let all like the inconvenience of all these little obstacles like stop you from where you want to get to. Yes. And it's just like that's why like a lot of people were like, well, I've already been doing this job for 30 years. Like but it's not giving you the life that you want. It's like, don't be afraid to start over. I mean, obviously everybody's situation is different. I get it. But like is like I don't know. I just can never be. I don't have the mentality of like I'm afraid to start over. Yeah. I'm very much like I'm not afraid to start over. You see, I used to be scared of starting over. I used to be terrified until the world and the universe literally said, "Bitch, you're starting the fuck over," and you got backed into a corner. Yes, I had no choice but to literally restart my life. Everything that I thought was like my life got completely like was in shambles. Like I had to start from square one again, and I did, and it was the best like thing that could happen to me. And now every time, like for example, that experience helped me for when I had to quit my job, my 9 to 5. Who in the world would have thought that I had the guts to fucking quit my 9 to 5, sell my house, and literally turn my whole life upside down again, but not as much as that first time. And it's because of the strength that I got in that first one that I was like, okay, I started over being in that state of mind. I could definitely start over again. And I did. I started over. I literally worked intensively for 6 months on just my mental health because it was not the greatest. And I said, I'm gonna like reinvent myself because I'm not happy who I am right now.
And I did. And now I'm like, I feel like I'm making that person that I want to be come true. Like, the person that I have in my head, like, I'm becoming her. And I think you could even tell, like, my family tells me that they could see, like, the difference. Yeah. And it's because I started over. I decided to.
I just feel like we shouldn't be afraid to start over. No. Like, and start over, like, I feel like people get so, like, they have a fear of the new or the unknown.
And it's scary. And
it is scary. It is scary.
But it's also scary to be unhappy and be living the same life. So, like, choose your scary type. Like, it's the same thing. Like, choose your hard.
Choose your hard.
Like, it's hard to be in the same job and miserable and in the same life, continuing to do whatever, you were probably doing at that time, like me. Or choose to, like, reinvent yourself and restart, or
because it's also hard to obviously reinvent yourself.
It is
starting something from scratch and going back to zero and going and building. It's hard, but again, choose your hard. Would you rather it be hard pursuing something you want to do and the life you want, or continuing on with the same old? You gotta choose your hard.
Exactly. I love that. Wow,
that's crazy.
But
let us know if somebody let us know if we're inspiring you. I want to know if I'm inspiring you.
But yes, like, definitely, like, I don't know, like, damn, I definitely I keep on saying definitely, but that one just kind of like I'm letting it settle in, because I feel like my life has been so different. And especially since I told another thing that's really, like, changed my life is, like, we've been on this, like, the lucky girl syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I literally, like, all I say to myself, everything's gonna work out in my favor. I always say it to you, everything's gonna work out in our favor, even when everything was going so wrong for us.
It's kind of like the Hispanic mantra of, like, no pasa nada, as everything está pasando.
Yeah. No pasa nada. But, like, it's basically telling ourselves repeatedly that everything works out for us and we're becoming, the women that we want to be. And it's changed my perspective, and I see it change how I think now. Like, I don't worry about what's not going to happen, because I know what has to happen for me is going to happen for me.
Yeah.
So,
like, every day in the morning, I tell myself, I'm in the timeline of my highest good, my deepest desires, and ultimate fulfillment. And I, like, repeat that to myself over and over. Like, as I'm driving to work, I repeat it to myself. I'm in the timeline of my highest good, my deepest desires, and ultimate fulfillment. And then I go on to the other one. It's like, I'm so lucky everything works out for me. I'm so lucky everything goes my way. And I'll just, like, repeat that over and over. And both of those mantras I found on TikTok. Like,
the lucky girl syndrome,
that one on TikTok, and then the other one, it was another TikTok, I forgot her name, but, like, I just love that, because I'm just like, I definitely, like, especially, like, recently, even just, like, the podcast and the social media stuff, and, like,
life is different,
and I never,
of a couple weeks, bro, like,
I never would, if you would have told me, like, years ago, like, a few years ago, or even just last year, like, girl, you're from someone who went from not having social media on their phone to all of a sudden, like, I have a podcast, and I know I haven't been the best at, like, posting and creating content,
but you're working on
it. I'm working on it. And it's like, if you would have told me that, like, a year ago, I would have been like, you're crazy.
Exactly.
Because I'm not the person to, like, I'm not an attention whore. But I'm not saying content creators are attention whores, but I'm just like,
bashing me.
I've never been the person to wanna, like, intentionally put the spotlight on myself.
I know. I've always seen that with you.
And so, like, now, like, things are so different, and you know what? Like, I'm just in the phase of, like, me vale madre. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do
exactly. I literally said that today in one of my TikToks. I said, like, ahora, like, whatever people, like, if people have something bad to say about me or anything like that, or what I'm doing, me vale madre. Like, I don't give a fuck, because I'm doing what makes me happy.
Exactly.
And if that, like, you talking shit or, like, having your opinion about my life, I really don't give a fuck, because I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
So, like, but
what you think about me is none of my business.
Yeah.
That's what you think. That's what it's gonna live in your head.
But Yeah, I love that because but I feel like I said, the lucky girl syndrome, like that mantra has really helped me start turning into the woman that I want to become. And I also I'm really pretty big on spirituality, and I meditate a lot. I try to meditate every single day, at least 5 minutes, like the first thing once I wake up. And the thing that I meditate on, I envision the version of myself, my highest version of myself in my head, and the woman I want to become, and I literally just focus on her. And I am her, I am becoming her, and everything like that, and just picture her in my head for 5 minutes straight, just thinking about her.
I need to start doing that more. But yeah,
that helps me out a lot.
I definitely see, I feel like I see both of us just changing into the people that we want to be.
And it's crazy because I feel like the change has been literally maybe a couple months.
Yeah.
That
really, I feel like, especially since we started the podcast, I feel like it kind of kicked things into gear.
Yes, yes, definitely.
It really kicked things into gear, and I was like, there's no going back.
Yeah.
Especially, remember, I think I told you this, after our first podcast got all, our first podcast, oh my god, I can't spoke. After our first TikTok, remember, and, we got all those views, and, all the feedback that we got, all the feedback that we keep getting from people, and people saying that they, we make them laugh, and, we, just knowing that we bring joy to people and laughter, it's just, yeah, it makes me emotional because I'm just I love seeing that. I love knowing that I made somebody laugh or I made somebody smile, because it's just now there's no going back.
Yeah.
I can't go back to regular old life, and it just, no.
I can't see myself without doing the podcast anymore, being more into
and connecting with people, and
because it's those comments that we get, and it's sometimes almost every day, we get a positive comment from
or somebody even if they reach out to us private message or something.
We get a lot of those too, and it's it could be family, friends, people we have no idea who they are,
people we haven't talked to in years.
Yeah, they take the time to literally message us, comment to us. It's an unexplainable feeling because they're listening, they're taking the time to listen to us, you get me? And it's crazy to think that we're impacting so much people, and that people are taking, like I said, because time is valuable, and that people are taking their time to listen to us. Muchísimas gracias.
We are so grateful for it.
I don't think I could even put into words how grateful I am for each and every person that listens, that tunes in, that watches YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, every single person, because my time is valuable. I know your time is valuable, and I thank you for tuning into our space and giving us the time of day to hear our thoughts, our
mamadas.
Yeah, and just if you could relate to us, if you could learn from us, if you could laugh with us, that, con una persona que hagamos así reír o algo, that just.
Or even if you don't agree with some of our stuff, even if you don't agree with what we think or whatever, even if it just sparked an idea in your head or made you think about something, I still call that a win.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
We still impacted somebody in some way, I've heard people on other podcasts, and I don't agree with what they say, but they say one thing, then I'm just I never saw it that way.
Yeah.
I never heard it said that way. You know what I mean? And I'm okay, I still don't agree, but I love that perspective, and I love hearing, different points of views and stuff like that.
Opening your mind to different, like you said, views. I don't know.
It's a win for me to be able to impact somebody else.
Yeah, pero estoy agradecida de la vida que estoy viviendo ahorita. Yeah. I can't, it's a dream, honestly. Sometimes it's just I wake up and I'm oh my god,
I can't,
literally making it my reality, my dream.
Instead of thinking about it, it's we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're making it, we're making it happen.
And it's literally with one of to think it's with one of my closest friends, we're fucking doing this.
Don't make me cry, bitch.
No, because it's crazy and I'm gonna make it quick. We've known each other since sophomore year of high school, freshman, and to think that think about those little girls that were partying or whatever, doing fucking reckless ass shit to the woman that we fucking have become nowadays. We literally seen each other grow, and how much we change is fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
And I'm just so grateful to have experienced this with you.
Me too, bitch. You're gonna make me cry. sorry, listeners.
But yeah, it's just a moment of appreciation, I guess. You know?
I appreciate you. You're gonna make me cry. Oh my god, I can't cry right now. You know what? Before we keep rambling off, I think it was a deep episode.
It was a deep episode, not so much laughter, but I think it's okay. You know,
it's okay. We can get deep sometimes.
Yeah, like. I hope that, like I said, you might not agree with every point that we said. It was more so like, you know, but I hope you're open to seeing other points of views, or you got like basically you learned something else, or algo así, you know, or you're just listening to us just cause you're bored.
Because you're bored.
I don't
or
know.
you wanna know what we up to.
Yeah, but because there's a lot of those. But yeah, like thank you for listening.
Thank you guys. We appreciate you for tuning in. I know this was more. I feel like this one was a more serious note.
Yeah.
Like. Whatever, I don't even. Ya ni sé qué estoy diciendo. It was more serious, but
I hope you guys still appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope you guys still enjoyed this episode. Yeah. Let us know. And again, we love it when you guys comment, like, subscribe, feedback, like all this. Like, I love getting feedback.
Yeah, exactly. Feedback that's, you know, not
helpful.
bashing us.
Yeah. Don't mention my weight. Yeah. Don't mention
if I were like ugly, or you don't like. I don't fucking know our noses. I don't fucking know, bro. But like if it's something helpful for the podcast and for us to improve on, we definitely.
Or even if you just love hearing our voices, let us know.
But yeah, with that being said, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and keep up. Also, like, follow us on Instagram.
Yes,
because
actually,
we're very active there.
Yes, so. For those of you listening, this Friday, we're going to have our First Friday special. Yeah. So
we're going to be wearing the same outfit, so don't judge us because we're about to film that right after this.
Right here. Yeah, don't judge us. Same outfits. If you're on YouTube and you see that we have the same outfits on, we do. Because it was recorded today. But we're going to record and film our First Friday special. It's going to be an interesting one because we did ask you guys to send us your deepest, wildest confessions. Yeah. So I'm like interested to know what and it's completely anonymous. I'm interested to know what some people are about to confess.
So yeah, like that being said, like make sure to follow us on Instagram because that's how you can participate in all those things that we do.
Exactly.
So but yeah, so if you're hearing this on Monday, tune in on Friday. Our first Friday episode.
And we only do First Fridays, okay?
Yeah, no. It's and honestly, the weeks that we do 2 episodes, it's hard. Yeah,
so nos hace un poco pesadito, pero you know...
We do it for you guys.
We do it for you guys. Yeah. We want to do something special.
Yeah.
So, again, like, comment, subscribe, follow us. And
I think this is the end of this episode.
Anyways, love you guys. Take care. Besitos. Que Dios los bendiga. Bye. Adios. Spirit fingers.
Hi guys, welcome back to La Lucha is Real fucking podcast.
Start over.
Okay.
Spirit fingers.
Hi guys, welcome back to La Lucha is Real podcast. Fuck! Can you start us? Because obviously I'm not started.
He said I'm not started. I'm about to fucking pee myself.